Hi, my name's Manda. I am a coach and a trance channel, and welcome back to another episode of Meet the Archangels, where every single week I trance channel one of the archangels to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves to you. This week you're going to be meeting Archangel Jeremiel. If this is the type of content that you like, please stick around and click subscribe because I've got some really interesting stuff coming up for you soon.
Hello. I am so happy to be here with all of you, and I'm so excited to get to know you better and for you to get to know me. My name is Archangel Jeremiel, and I have a lot to say that I believe will resonate with many of you, especially at this time of year where it is both a time of celebration, but perhaps with many of you, there is something deeper going on that is not often discussed, but is often felt. And these can be feelings of both loneliness and apprehension, both being surrounded by those you love and also anticipating the year ahead. For it is always at the interim between the year that has passed and the year that is about to begin, where we sit in contemplation over what we have accomplished or failed to do and what lies ahead for us in the year coming. And this can sometimes bring about much excitement and joy and celebration. But a lot of the time, it can mean anticipation and stress and anxiety and a feeling of lack, lack within ourselves, failure perhaps. And so it is quite a mixed bag, and there is much to be felt, much to be experienced, depending on who you are and where you are on your journey. And so I would like to offer to you today some words of encouragement, some words of advice, and how you can call upon me during this time of the year or any time of the year and any time of your journey ahead when you're feeling mixed emotions and when you're not sure how to hold them inside of you and how to move forward in a way that feels a little bit lighter without the burden of the expectations and the stress that you are trying to shake and let go of, but that are ever so subtly distracting you from the present moment where perhaps you would like to be a little bit more joyous with those who are surrounding you. A lot of the expectations that we put on ourselves come from the belief system that we have to surpass them in order to feel differently from how we feel now, in order to feel good about who we are, in order to feel validated about where we are in life and how we compare to those that surround us. And this is part of the human experience, is to dictate how you feel by the way that you show up in the world. This is part of being here in the third dimension, where you are experiencing a physicality that requires of you to show up and be inside of it in that way. So it is not simply about thinking and feeling, but there is a doing component attached to it, where the things that you do are being expressed through how you're feeling about them. And so you are experiencing life on earth in tandem between experiencing internally and experiencing externally. And this is the beauty of this entire experience for you, is the ability to experience it in more than one way, not simply in the mind, but also in the body. And as incredible as this experience is and this opportunity is, it comes with it a degree of feeling uncomfortable inside of it. Because sometimes the mind wants one thing, but the body doesn't seem to be able to live up to what it's being asked to. And this is when frustration can take hold, and you begin to believe certain things about that inability. You make it mean certain things about you as an individual. Why can't I do the things I am attempting to do or the things that I am desiring for myself? What is wrong with me? And it is this belief system that begins to permeate your thoughts and your awareness. And it becomes intertwined with your sense of self. And you begin to show up in your life with this question: am I capable of the things that I desire to be? Can I live up to this version of myself that I desire to be and that I deem to be worthy of, but that I have been falling short of until now? And it is not wrong to fall short of your own expectations. In fact, I would argue that there is much to be gained from doing so, for it is only through falling short of your expectations that you can learn why you did and make those adjustments moving forward that you might not have the awareness of otherwise. And so you are being granted additional information about who you are and why you are that you wouldn't have access to if you were constantly exceeding your expectations. But I would also like to put forth the idea that exceeding your expectations is not entirely all it's cracked up to be. Because if you are constantly exceeding your expectations, then perhaps your expectations in and of themselves are not fully in alignment with your true potential. Because I would argue that it is always the mind that has the ability to grasp the possibility, and it is up to the body to figure out how to uphold it, how to bring it into your physical reality. And there is this lag time between thought and action that takes time in this physical space to manifest, to be able to experience in a physical way. And if you are constantly exceeding your own expectations, then I would argue that the mind is not reaching far enough and wide enough to grant lessons that are worth learning in the failures that present themselves along the way. And so perhaps moving into this new year, it is time to set expectations for yourself that seem unlikely rather than probable. Because it is in the unlikely expectation that you get to surprise yourself a little bit. And allow those surprises to open up new doors of awareness and clarity for you that wouldn't be there if you were constantly winning at life, so to speak. And this is what I would love for you to call upon me to help you with at this time of year and moving into the next, is how to be inside of your perceived inadequacies, how to think about them differently, and how to set your sights on a new perspective moving forward that would allow your inadequacies to be present for you. And rather than seeing them as a source of pain and suffering, rather see them as an opportunity to rise from them and set the stage to what comes next. Because what comes after a failure is a choice. Do I try again or not? Do I allow this failure to define me or not? And it is inside of that choice that you determine how you see yourself. And it is how you see yourself that predicts your entire experience of yourself. Or it is you that allows for the experience of you, not the environment that you find yourself in. but is the lens through which you view yourself inside of your environment that forms the basis of who you are. And that comes down to choice as well. Everything comes down to choice, my love. You get to choose how you hold your sense of self inside of you. And this is the basis upon which everything comes next. How you see yourself determines how you feel about yourself. How you feel about yourself determines how you show up for yourself. How you show up for yourself determines what you create as a byproduct for yourself. Do you see this? And so inside of this time of year and leading into the next phase of your journey, I ask you, how would you like to see yourself? And this is what I would like to offer you today, is an opportunity to question, how do I desire to hold who I believe I am? And how do I desire to question the notion that that may not be entirely accurate? And what choices can I make that would allow me to see myself in a new way that is perhaps just as accurate as the way I was seeing myself before, but lends itself to different possibilities moving forward? Because it is only when you choose a different perspective for how you see yourself that different opportunities moving forward present themselves to you. And this, my loves, is how you are going to create a new path forward in the new year. I desire for you to call into question the way you have been holding your sense of self until now. And I desire for you to call upon me when you are ready to open up to new possibilities and new ways of seeing the truth that lies inside of you in a different way than you have until now. For it is my role inside of your existence to help you see the fullness of who you are and hold a mirror up to the version of yourself that you have been seeing until now, and also the illusion of that reflection, because it is you that creates it. You get to choose what is reflected back to you inside of the mirror itself. And so it comes back to you in the way you desire to hold it. I love you all so much, and I will be there to guide you forward in the days ahead and bring you opportunities to see a new reflection of who you've believed yourself to be. And if you are open to seeing a grain of truth inside of a new way forward for yourself, you will know that it was I who sent that option to you. And together we will work forward in the new year and in the coming weeks and days ahead to choose a different reflection for you that will offer you new doorways to new paths in the journey ahead. It is I, Archangel Jeremiel, that lights the path ahead and shows you the different options for you as you embark upon your journey through life. But it's up to you to be able to see all of the options that I provide you and choose the one that feels the best despite your perceived worthiness of it. I love you all very much, and I will see you all soon. Look for me in the reflection that you see inside of your heart.